Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the FSL Valorant Open 3. We are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and alongside me is
I'm Kiki, and
Kiki.
we're going to bring you the second game of the day between two strong teams, the Impaler and Fuma Angels, formerly known as Ekim Lang Sakalam or Mike Lang Malakas. I don't know why they like the reverse, but this is game number two, and this is the upper bracket. So these teams are one of the stronger teams that we've been following since the past few opens. So I feel like they're the ones to actually probably gonna make it in for a deep run. And again, this is gonna be Philippines versus Singapore, with Fuma Angels being the Filipino team and Impaler being the Singaporean team. And
And
they are in agent. They have just finished agent select, and oh,
ooh,
Viper and Sky. Again, like we were talking about it, like we were just waiting for which team will actually bring the Masters meta into
uh,
FSL, and I think that
on
the Impaler,
Icebox?
yeah,
Yo.
Icebox.
On Icebox, Viper. I mean, yeah, first of all, we don't see Icebox too much in FSL, so this
Yeah.
is a very welcome change. I love to see that the teams are starting to experiment or at least come up with strats for these maps that maybe some other teams are not that used to. So Viper on Icebox, actually a very strong agent. Her wall can do so much, and of course the poison orb right down in the middle just makes it so much more difficult for Fuma to push through now if they want to. I mean, they can, but they're gonna take how much damage is it now?
It's
30?
30 now, I
Right.
think. Yeah, it's just 30 decay. And that in a pistol round, 30 decay, especially if
Look
you're
at
buying a
that.
ghost, you're down to 70. And no one
Yo.
wants to go through a Viper
No
wall.
one wants it, man. And the way that she's using it as well, Rue, she's switching between the orb and the wall. So, I mean, the wall even extends down towards mid, where Rue is positioned. So they try to make a crossing through under tube. She's going to get that information. There we go. They know it's potentially a B hit right now, where Aphrodite is. Sees the wall, tries to tap it away, but unfortunately, it's what Sage is to do. The wall is up. They get the spike down. It's going to be a full 5v5 retake in this round.
They do have some damage done onto the Sova, so they're not completely healthy, and Rue is going to finish Hakane off. Aphrodite gets a headshot onto Salty, and it's looking really good for the Impaler right now. It's just frags left and right here. And let's see if Revi and Irem can actually hold this. No, they cannot, because everyone on the Impaler is just fragging left and right. Aphrodite, I mean, that was a good decision for her. Like she just pulled out of the site, didn't commit, waited for her teammates for that 5v5. It's just pulling the rug from under them. Like she sprayed a few bullets through the smoke, but with a ghost you can do that for free. Like they don't see the tracers, they don't see where you're shooting from. So that was really smart. Like she emptied 15 bullets. It just seemed like she was shooting at nothing, but you know, if someone was there, that's extra damage. That was smart play.
Smart play. Just established a bit of presence, while the rest of the team tries to make their way through mid and she's at the back of sight around Snowman. It adds that extra sense of fear. You have to watch for two angles now. And of course, I mean, when they're attacking, the fact that they already lost, a couple players, it just makes it a lot more scary. But this time, it seems like they're pushing through the smoke. They're rushing forward, and it's going to be Envious and Dodona who puts a stop to it. You can't rush through this. Oh, but it's going to be the Spectre Force that actually takes down 3 players.
Last player standing.
Well, Rue's going to do a little bit more now, and it's going to be Dodona who finds another as well. Spike has been dropped, and Whiffy, what are you going to do here? You're going to get sandwiched. Rue just rushes you down with her own Spectre. This was a costly round for Fuma Angels, and that just means they're going to be saving yet again. A little bit weird on the economy. Some of them are even buying up again, maybe. I don't know, but it's 2-0, potentially a 3-0 now.
I think that's actually okay. Like they went for they bet on themselves basically with buying that, which is good if you can punish the defending team, because some defenders like to kind of like be greedy and not upgrade to SMGs or bigger guns and stick with their pistols. And I think that's a good bet. I mean, you're okay with that. But round 4 is gonna be your buy round. Like you basically sacrifice an extra round for that.
Kinda, yeah, it did happen a little, but this time it's gonna be K4Daddy, and this is what you love to see from the Impaler. Viper up on A kind of pushes them off. If they do decide to rush through, they take decay damage. At the same time, K4Daddy on B with Sky, her Hawk just gets information for the team. Now they're trying to find whatever they can, but the Sheriffs will ring true. K4Daddy gonna get information that it's gonna be another player on with yellow. Now they're just trying to sandwich her, but she's not quite blind yet. Akane's still able to do quite a bit of damage. 21 points of health, juggling with back and forth, but Envious will put the final nail to the coffin. 3-0. This was, I guess, expected, but a good attempt nonetheless from Fuma Angels. They made it kind of expensive, right? Taking down 3 players for the past 2 rounds now.
Yeah, and it's looking really good for the Impaler right now. But that again, Fuma Angels did that bio in the second round, which is why round 3 was sort of an eco for them. They only had pistols. And let's see if Fuma Angels can take this round away from the Impaler, but Impaler will also have upgraded 2 rifles right now. Only K4Daddy is still in the Spectre. So for the Impaler, this is sort of a bonus round for them because they can still buy in the next round.
Maybe, but let's see what happens. I think they're setting up for an A hit, maybe wait for the wall to come down first, but the drone will be spotted out, and that might have given a little bit away. I mean, let's just take a look at the minimap for 1 second. There are 4 players in towards the A site, but Envious elevated position kind of gets exposed. Salty will take her down. Poison Orb is up again, but they're going to be able to updraft in. They might have the site now, but they have to make it quick. 1 Omen smoke is not going to be enough to deter the aggression, and of course the Donut just going to be playing around with the updraft. Up on the Raptor, she finds 1 more, but with being the flank guard, will be able to take K4Daddy down. So not a lot of flashes available for Impaler. Slightly more doable post-plant lockout for Fuma Angels. Or how do they do this?
Well, that's how they do it. Donut with an opening frag, but gets leered, so it doesn't. Not able to find the next one. Wait. What? They stuck the defuse there.
What the heck?
Like, okay, the leer kind of like shut off the sound, so we didn't hear the spike defuse going on. Because the leer actually takes out the sound from the player you're watching. So we were watching Donut, and she flies up, and the leer comes out, and we didn't hear her own team defuse spikes. So that was an interesting interaction.
That just happened. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Oh my god, that is your definition of a ninja defuse in Valorant. Using the leer to shut out the sound. And it's yet another strong start for the Impaler. 4-0 now, and they show no signs of stopping. K4Daddy gonna, in fact, stop this push from Fuma Angels, but Salty and Whiffy will be able to open things up. That's 2 headshots now. In a 3v5 retake, this is a little bit more difficult. They open up 1 panel of the wall, but someone's below. It's going to be Donut who takes Whiffy out of the equation. Now it's just a very one-sided fight from the other side of this wall. Goes down, goes up, and will drop. 1v3 now for Brew. She tries to spray, will be able to take Aram down. 1v2, and she's running out of toxins. Has her ult though. Doesn't want to commit into it, and a little bit of a tap. Pulls out the gun a little bit slow, and it's going to be Revy with the headshot. 4-1, and Fuma Angels are starting to come back. This sudden change in pace catches the Impaler off guard, but still very exciting for both sides.
Yeah, and it really just goes to show that, you know, Fuma Angels, they just needed the guns. And I feel like the previous round, that I don't think they expected the Lear combo either. Like the sound disappearing into the defuse. So, like that was amazing. Like I don't know if that was intentional or if just the Lear kind of like coincidentally got timed with the defuse. But like that was their round winner. K4Daddy with 2 headshots, get a third as well. K4Daddy so sharp with that Sheriff and immediately shuts down Fuma Angels. Like it's an eco round for the Impaler, but the Sheriff play is just gonna make it really winnable for them right now.
Oh my god, and the Seekers go out as well. They know where Whiffy is. They might just rush her down. They're going in for it for sure. Is she gonna be able to get the fort? No! K4Daddy gets shut down thanks to Whiffy's Vandal. Now she goes back in for a peek. Maybe safe passage out of there. Gonna have to reload. 2v4, and this is still doable for Fuma Angels.
Yeah, they can still win this. They still have the guns. I don't believe they've secured any guns from the Impaler, so they're still going to be on pistols.
Oh my god, K4Daddy. Still, no more flashes, right? The Leers are all used up. The best they have is maybe the recon when it comes back onto Hakane. She still has her shock darts.
Healing.
And the firepower is definitely still on the side of Fuma Angels. They just have to be careful about how they approach
30
the
seconds
site.
left.
If they can gun down every single one of the Impaler's players, they should be able to walk away with a win here, but still gonna have to be careful. Seems like they want to head towards B.
Yeah, they're gonna have to take a few 1v1s here, a few pickoffs, because you don't want to be fighting with pistols 2v1. And Whiffy gets that first frag. That's all they
10
need.
seconds left.
Hakane has to go up now. Whiffy gets a third as well. Hakane is not gonna expect this. Gonna get killed by No Donut, and that's gonna deny the spike plan. Fuma Angels were just a bit too slow to actually secure this round. They couldn't get the spike down. They couldn't find the players, and that's extremely well played by the Impaler.
Truly. I mean, they have the firepower, but that's the thing. We're gonna watch this replay, but this is the one thing. Even though K4Daddy fell towards the mid-round, this is the thing that kind of put a stop to it. They had the firepower. They could have still gone in to get the plant down. Whiffy maybe position herself a little bit closer towards Akane to provide some kind of fire support. But because of those 3 frags with the Sheriff at this one location, it kind of instills that sense of fear. You're scared to come out now, and Hakane just took too much time to get the spike down.
You will
This
not
time,
kill
we're
my
a little bit more
ally.
even firepower on both sides. It's gonna be an all-out brawl. We're gonna have trades, but they favor Fuma Angels for the time being.
Yeah, they use the resurrection as well for the stage just to res Whiffy, but No Donut makes it even. There's the flash, whiffs on Hakane, but Rue gets one on Whiffy as well, and now it's down to a 1v3. And Rue is gonna gun down Revy, so Rue actually with that flank there, they were all their attention was on Do Donut, and Rue just basically just had 3 headshots from the side.
I think she used her Viper's Pit as well in that round to kind of make them think that she would be anchoring down on one side. But
yeah,
guess what? She went in for a flank. And that's the thing that you love to see from the Impaler. They're playing this defensive side on Icebox incredibly well. It's the Viper, it's the the Sky, honestly. I mean, you don't see these agents too often in FSL, at least in recent history, but now this is definitely going to be something that you want to pick up.
it feels like they just keep encroaching on Fuma Angel's territory. Like they don't do it on one site at a time. They do it on a random site each round. Look at the mid push right now. Impaler are just taking so much control of the map, and they're just going in and out. And they can, by process of elimination, you can tell where the Fuma Angels are coming from. They know it's not mid. They're checking B real quick. They don't see anyone on B. They know it's A, and there's the rotate. Donut also gets the opening frag as well. So it's going to be really difficult for Fuma Angels to go in right now because the rotations are already there. And they're a bit too late because the Impaler already have set up a defense, and Donut gets a second kill as well. And how are you going into site when this Jet is anchoring it so well?
That is... I honestly don't know. How do you take down this Impaler defense? Oh my god, a well-timed wall going up as well. Salty was not expecting that. Of course, now, you know, they don't have the best firepower, so maybe they're a little bit... Maybe not a little bit, a lot more hesitant
30
about
seconds
pushing
left.
forward. It's going to be Dodona getting a little bit antsy
Player
though. Dashes
standing.
up, and Revy
Spike
tries
down
to fire
A.
a couple bullets, but will miss.
Standing
Akane
ahead.
does pick up one. And of course, that's the best that she can get. Chloe shuts her down, and now we're at 7-1. The Impaler just plowing through every single thing that Fuma Angels throws at them. And that's the beauty of this composition that they have. I mean, we're seeing this time and time after again. Rue completely anchoring down A, maybe even a little bit of mid. K4Daddy gets information on B. Meanwhile, the Sage and Reyna, Envious, they can get some territorial control over mid as well. And that's just... It's a tough nut to crack if you're on the side of Fuma Angels. Like, what's your option here? What can you possibly do, Key?
It's really difficult, but they need to be more decisive in their executes. I feel like the Viper wall is discouraging them too much. Like, it's difficult to go through the Viper wall,
Blinded.
but you shouldn't treat it as...
impossible, huh?
Yes, it's not a solid wall. It's not impenetrable. You should challenge it so that they you know, the value of the wall goes down.
Look at
Like
that.
right now, the wall seems like an impenetrable wall, and Aphrodite just has a head magnet with her bullets right now.
Cat.
Head
Blinded.
magnet, truly. Every bullet just somehow
Scout destroyed.
attracts someone's head, I suppose. Chloe even gets one more, and it's going to be an even trade now, but they know that they're on the other side of the
She's sneaky.
My god, going in for the 4. Let's get it. 4K for her. And I
No,
think
that's
this was a
scary.
round that Fuma Angels full bought into.
That Aphrodite just shut him down on yellow. Like she just stayed on yellow the whole time. Got 2. Chloe was there for a quick trade, and then Aphrodite with the timing around the yellow box crept up and got 2 more kills. That's a 4K for her, and she's really been impressive. She's been holding B solo thus far, and
right.
even though she's been holding that solo, they don't want to go B.
My god, so true. Because if they go A, I mean, first of all, you got Rue on Viper. You got Donut on Jet, who can be up in elevated positions that you don't quite expect. And the thing is, Aphrodite is doing such a good job solo. If she wasn't that good of a fragger and she falls, then the B side would be open. But
They can come.
she is that good. She's been consistently putting a stop to these pushes that the Fuma Angels keep trying to throw at them. And here we go again. More Hawks, more Seekers. They get all this information, all these blinds as well. It buys time for the Impaler to rotate over. And now it's just difficult for Fuma Angels to push in. Even if they want to commit onto this plant on B site, they can't quite do it. There's so much gunpowder firing at them.
And they're actually getting collapsed on here. Rue
One enemy
was at the back as well. Dodo. They're pushing from both sides, and they just clean it up. They cornered them, and this is what I mean about what Fuma Angels should be doing. They're giving Impaler a bit too much respect. They're playing a bit too scared. There's the Viper wall on A. There's the Viper wall down mid as well. They're not taking control of any single part of the map, and I think that's problematic because the Impaler, they know what they want to do. They want information. They want control over the map. And if you give that to them every single round, they're gonna know where you are. And that collapse has happened time and time again for Fuma Angels. Like they kept getting back into a corner, and it feels like if they just keep doing that, the Impaler, look, they're always 5 stacking the same side of the map, and it's the same thing. They should be splitting up a little bit.
God!
Oh. I don't. You talked about elevation. That's the elevation coupled with the Viper wall, by the way. Because with a Viper wall, you're typically not looking at the same angles.
Plus, because
You
the
will
wall
not
actually
kill
goes
my
up over
allies.
pipes,
Here.
there's that one little bit
Remove.
that goes over, which is a place that Dodona can hide behind. And now it's
Spike
going to be
down
Chloe
A.
kind
One
of trying to
enemy
pincer
remaining.
them in. They're sandwiched in this one spot over A lobby now, and they cannot do anything about it. Chloe even going in for the triple after she heals herself.
Last
10-1.
round in the
And this is the
half.
last round of the first swap. Impaler, we might see an 11-1 at this point. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, that was 2 triple kills, by the way. Because Revi actually used the res.
The res, yeah. Oh my god.
So it's looking really difficult for Fuma Angels right now. The Impaler really just have their number.
Too much
They
respect,
Yeah, they're losing their aim duels, and I just want to point out as well that this same Viper wall, every single round, this Viper wall has actually helped them take mid
Get out of
control
my
for the
way.
Impaler. The reason why they can walk
Planted.
up is because
Ooh.
there's a wall there, and wow, Aphrodite immediately shuts down Salty.
Oh no. Good night. Look at, okay, you can actually draw a line of where the Impaler has that much map control. And that's exactly what you're seeing. Fuma Angels are all the way towards their spawn. They cannot go any further than that, because if they do, they might get shut down, and Dodona's gonna find another head, collects one more. Let's look for the last 2. At this point, it's just a hunt. But I don't want to count Revi out. Aram does get a little bit of information as well. They know that
Last
he's
player
there, but
standing.
they walk right into Chloe. A little bit of a... Oh my god. Aphrodite now is...
She actually
You
missed
see
a
how
shot there.
scared Revi is. They're chasing after me. Okay, nice wall now. And go over the other side. But of course, 3v1. Not much she can do.
Switching sides.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an 11-1. The Impaler really taking control over this game. Fuma Angels are. It just seems like Icebox is it seems to be the Impaler's like map. Like they know how to play this map. You can tell by their movements, the amount of control they're getting, just the groove that they're in.
And this
It's
is awesome. Well, I mean, it remind me, the Impaler are the girls who their boyfriends are the ones in LVR or something, right? That's why we're seeing so
Donut Redco. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Maybe they're learning a thing or two. But I remember from the last month's FSL Valorant Open, the Impaler kind of picked Haven quite a bit, and they did not have Rue on Viper. Rue was playing Raze. So this is a very welcome change, and they're showing how strong they can just look at this. They split the site down in half, immediately push in. They get control so well, but Hakane, with the right click, is able to do a little bit of damage. Not quite enough, though, as Rue comes back in. Whiffy still hiding on the other side of the wall. Will not be able to do much to prevent the sniper.
One enemy
It's just
remaining.
mayhem at this point, and Rue is able to find one
Spike
more.
planted.
Whiffy still alive. Used up all her absorbs and dismisses though, so going back in for the peak, it's going to be a bit of a overwhelming target. There's Kfredite, there's
Match
Chloe.
point.
No way that she can spray them both down with a frenzy. So 12-1, it's match point.
It's already match point, and they're forced to buy here. Like the Impaler, won that round, and Fuma Angels are gonna have to buy because this is match point. You have to win this round. There's no saving here. Like this might just very well be the last round of this match, and they are buying up. So we see, was that a Vandal on Hakane? Okay, Hakane has a Vandal.
No armor though.
No armor. Yeah. Actually, if I were them, I would be putting everything on Whiffy. Give her the Vandal, let her buy full armor. Kind of like do a 4-protect-1 bait
Yeah.
for Whiffy.
As a Reyna, you get to overheal, so I would have done that too, but well, let's see what they do. They do have the wall up. It does seem like Impaler are just toying. I don't know. They gave them the B site completely, and just trying to cut them off the rotate. We'll be able to find one. Angels trying to do what they can, but it's just decimation at this point. 3 players are already gone off the roster. Aaron's trying to find where
player
he can.
standing.
Gets one, immediately traded. It's again all up to Revy now, and of course,
Attackers
bullets
win.
will just pierce her body. 13-1, and that's the end of this game.
Yeah, that was just sick play from the Impaler. I think that Fuma Angels just had to figure out some more executes to actually get on that. But look at Donut here. Average combat score 442. That is crazy. Like we've seen Kfredite with the crazy plays. That was a 3K, a 4K. That was really flashy. Like okay,
Yeah.
like Sky does a lot of flashes, but like the plays were also flashy. And Donut,
Oh yeah.
she just kept getting kills left and right. Like it wasn't some crazy 4K, 3K randomly. There wasn't like some random ace out of nowhere. She just kept getting kills every single round.
And
And
that's the thing. Even though Rue is at the bottom of the scoreboard, the reason why Dodona is able actually to get that many kills is partially because of Rue's toxic wall.
yeah,
incredible.
it's really difficult to pierce through. And again, Fuma were just not ready for the wall. They didn't have the correct executes for it. I feel like they would have maybe needed an agent with more flashes for this side. I feel like this Sky is actually very good on Icebox, much more so than Breach, because the walls are a bit weird for Breach
Ah,
to
yeah,
actually
that's
flash through. So Sky's flashes, because of specifically because of the high altitude of Icebox, you just send the flash upward, and then you actually can get into the site. You need all that information to get into the site, and I feel like that's what made it difficult for Fuma Angels to actually get in, because their initiator is Sova, and against
Yeah.
a Viper wall, there's just no way you're getting into that site.
It was definitely a little bit difficult, but well, that's it for that game. Here's the thing. We are in, at least for this game, it's the winner's bracket. We're in the Group C stages right now. So what the teams are fighting for is a chance to make it to tomorrow's playoffs, where they will actually compete for the prize. But right now, winner's bracket, that means that Fuma Angels, if I'm not wrong, they're not out of this tournament yet. So
Yeah.
they get to stand a chance at coming back. Maybe they have to go back to the drawing board, think about their agent composition, because I think this is not enough, especially if you're going up against a team that knows how to control the map so well with Viper and Sky, and each and every single one of them have fragging power as well. That's just incredibly impressive.
You could tell the pressure and the amount of teamwork. By the way, like I realized that Angeline wasn't in the game. I think she was commenting on the chat actually.
Oh,
They're playing with their sub.
I
So
see.
Iram is actually their sub sixth player. So she was actually the one playing. She was the Omen, I believe,
Omen,
if
yeah.
I remember correctly. Yeah. So we'll have to see. Maybe they'll make a substitution. Maybe they'll have a different set play. But Fuma Angels, I still think they're a pretty good team. The Impaler are just much better team right now. Like you can tell that
At least
they've
on this map, for sure. They did
at
their
least on this map.
homework.
Exactly. Like maybe it's a master's effect. Maybe they've been practicing a lot lately, but like you can tell the Sky was absolutely on point. Like the utility usage on Kfredite is top notch. And not just her utility usage, but her fragging power. That was just insane.
Exactly, dude.
One person B side hold, and she was basically anchoring that side as a Sky. Typically, you see the anchors as sentinels. Like you'll see a Cipher, kind of
Yes.
like the likes of like Egoist, like holding a side by himself,
Oh, yeah.
anchoring, using those traps over and over again. But with a Sky, typically you don't really think about side anchoring. You don't think
True.
one person defense, but she made it work because her utility combined with her fragging power, she just
Mm.
kept Fuma Angels guessing. Is she gonna delay us with her flashes? Is she gonna peek? And with Kfrele, she mixed it up. She peeked
Yeah,
with the sheriff, she
constantly.
peeked with the vandal, sometimes she'd hide and flash. You just didn't know what she was gonna do. And I think that was perfectly well played by her. Like Dodona got all the kills. So that's fragging power. But Kfredite was a really smart player in that map. Like she knew how to play that B side.
Yeah, I mean, she was like the second top fragger, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. She's able to do that because the B site is the one that's slightly more open, where your Hawks have a little bit more maneuverability. At the same time, if your opponents are trying to push into yellow, you can wrap around the corner, which is something that she did several times. It's very fun to watch, and I mean, it's incredible sight and map control. It's if you know that game Splatoon, from
Yeah.
Nintendo. You can actually if you think about it, the way that the Impaler were controlling the map, it's like they have maybe 80 or maybe even 90% of the map painted in
I
their
agree.
color, and then Boom Angels just unfortunately on the attacking side
That's a
just
nice visual way to put it. Like if you could paint the map
yeah,
according to like how
the
the
colors.
players are positioned, right? According to colors,
It's like
that would give
90%
a
green,
bigger
10%
visual.
red.
Exactly. But I feel like that's the best way to put it, right? Like the amount of space that you can create in Valorant. I think that's something that we were discussing when we were playing games, is that territory is something invisible. It's
Hmm.
something that everyone can feel, but you don't really see unless you
Yeah.
pay attention to it. And Impaler, they live up to their name. They are just basically they're like a gigantic spear piercing the enemy territory, and Fuma
Oh my god.
Angels were not ready for that. They just kept pushing in, and they were on defense, by the way. For we were when we were watching this, they were on defense on the first half. That means that 12 out of 14 rounds we watched, they were on defense. But it felt like they were on the offensive. They just took control over the map. They just kept pushing forward, and Fuma Angels had no space to breathe. And that's amazing here. And I really want to see the Impaler if they can make a deep run here, if they can even match up against Alter Ego Celeste. Hopefully,
Ooh,
I want to see that happen. And I feel like the Impaler are going to go for another deep run for Open 3.
that's right. And that's what we have so far. Don't count Fuma Angels out though, right?
Yeah.
It's still a winners bracket. We're gonna go for a quick break. Don't peel your eyes off the screen because there's gonna be a highlight reel and you get to see Caperdite's sick triple kill with the sheriff again. And I mean, you're gonna be able to watch possibly more of the Impaler if we move into the later stages of this Group C. So don't go away, guys. We'll be right back. It's gonna be more FSL Valorant action. If yeah, don't go away.